fast-paced world of the NBA, rivalries are the lifeblood of competition. They are the epic clashes that transcend mere games, capturing the imagination of fans and igniting passions that burn bright for decades. From fierce battles on the court to heated exchanges in the media, these rivalries define the essence of basketball. Join us as we delve into the top 10 NBA rivalries of all time, exploring the stories, moments, and legacies that make these matchups unforgettable. Whether it's a historic showdown or a modern-day feud, these rivalries have shaped the NBA into the electrifying league we love today. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 NBA rivalries, highlighting the key games, players, and narratives that have defined these epic battles. Number 10, Miami Heat versus Indiana Pacers. Miami Heat and Indiana Pacers rivalry in the early 2010s was marked by intense playoff battles. The Heat, featuring the big three of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, faced a resilient Pacers team led by Paul George and Roy Hibbert. Their matchups were characterized by physical play, tight games, and dramatic moments. The rivalry reached its peak in the Eastern Conference Finals, where the Heat often prevailed, but not without fierce resistance from the Pacers. Number 9, Boston Celtics versus Detroit Pistons. Boston Celtics and Detroit Pistons rivalry in the late 1980s was characterized by physicality and high drama. The Bad Boys Pistons, known for their tough defense and aggressive play, frequently clashed with the Celtics' storied lineup featuring Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. These matchups often decided the Eastern Conference champion, with memorable moments such as Bird's steal in the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals. The rivalry showcased the toughness and competitive spirit of both teams. Number 8, Los Angeles Lakers versus Sacramento Kings. The early 2000s rivalry between the Los Angeles Lakers and Sacramento Kings was fueled by high stakes and controversial moments. The Kings, led by Chris Webber and Mike Bibby, challenged the Lakers' dominance in the Western Conference. Their 2002 Western Conference Finals matchup was particularly contentious, with Game 6 often cited for its controversial officiating. Despite the Kings' strong performances, the Lakers, powered by Shaq and Kobe, usually emerged victorious, adding to the rivalry's intensity. 7, Boston Celtics versus Philadelphia 76ers. The Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers rivalry dates back to the early days of the NBA and has been rekindled in various eras. The 1960s saw epic battles between Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, while the 1980s featured Larry Bird and Julius Erving. In recent years, the rivalry has been renewed with young stars like Joel Embiid and Jason Tatum leading their respective teams. This historic rivalry is marked by intense playoff series and a deep-rooted competitive spirit.
Larry Bird still wants a piece of Jay. My goodness. And this all was one.
Number 6, Golden State Warriors versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers rivalry in the mid-2010 EO brought a new level of excitement to the NBA Finals. Meeting in 4 consecutive finals from 2015 to 2018, the matchups featured superstar showdowns between Stephen Curry and LeBron James. The Warriors' innovative three-point heavy offense clashed with the Cavaliers' resilience and LeBron's all-around brilliance. Highlights include the Warriors' historic 73-win season and the Cavaliers' dramatic 3-1 comeback in the 2016 Finals, culminating in Cleveland's first NBA championship. Number 5, Los Angeles Lakers versus San Antonio Spurs. The Los Angeles Lakers and San Antonio Spurs rivalry defined the Western Conference in the early 2000s, with the Lakers led by Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant and the Spurs by Tim Duncan. These teams consistently vied for conference dominance and NBA championships. Their playoff battles were marked by high stakes and memorable performances, including Derek Fisher's 0.4 seconds game winner in 2004. The rivalry showcased 2 different philosophies: Phil Jackson's triangle offense versus Greg Popovich's defensive schemes. Number 4, San Antonio Spurs versus Dallas Mavericks. The Texas showdown between the San Antonio Spurs and Dallas Mavericks has been a consistent rivalry since the late 1990s. Led by Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki, respectively, these teams frequently battled for supremacy in the Western Conference. Their matchups in the playoffs were often intense and highly competitive, with both teams showcasing contrasting styles: San Antonio's disciplined, defense-first approach against Dallas's high-scoring offense. The rivalry highlighted the excellence of two of the NBA's premier franchises. Number 3, New York Knicks versus Miami Heat. The rivalry between the New York Knicks and Miami Heat in the late 1990s was intense and often contentious. Sparked by Pat Riley's departure from the Knicks to coach the Heat, the rivalry saw numerous playoff clashes characterized by physical play, trash-talking, and dramatic moments. Notable incidents include the infamous Jeff Van Gundy leg grab and multiple bench-clearing brawls. These heated encounters cemented the Knicks-Heat rivalry as one of the most passionate and hard-fought in NBA history. Number 2, Chicago Bulls versus Detroit Pistons. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the Chicago Bulls and Detroit Pistons rivalry was a fierce and physical confrontation. Known as the Bad Boys, the Pistons used their tough defense to dominate the Bulls, often employing aggressive tactics to disrupt Michael Jordan's game. This rivalry reached its peak in the Eastern Conference Finals, where the Pistons repeatedly thwarted the Bulls' championship aspirations. However, Jordan and the Bulls eventually overcame the Pistons, marking the beginning of their 6th championship dynasty in the 1990s. Number 1, Boston Celtics versus Los Angeles Lakers. Arguably the most iconic rivalry in NBA history, the Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers have clashed in the finals a record 12 times. This rivalry has featured some of the greatest players in basketball history, including Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Kobe Bryant. The battles between these two teams have produced unforgettable moments, from the Celtics' dominance in the 1960s to the Lakers' Showtime era in the 1980s. The rivalry continues to this day, symbolizing the East Coast versus West Coast dynamic and the quest for basketball supremacy. NBA rivalries are more than just games. They are the heartbeat of the league, driving passion and competition to new heights. These top 10 rivalries have provided fans with unforgettable moments and legendary performances that have shaped the history of basketball. From historic showdowns to modern-day clashes, these rivalries remind us why we love the NBA and keep us coming back for more.